Hey everybody and welcome back. I'm Tony the Technician, and today we're going to be going back into the Harbor Freight website and looking at their new tools. So the way the Harbor Freight website works with the new tools list is the further you go on it, the not so new the tools are. They keep them on there for quite a while, so we're basically going to go through the first page and a half until we get to where we left off in my last Harbor Freight new tools video. So I really hope you guys enjoy. Hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving and Black Friday and a great weekend. So let's go ahead and dig right into this, and I hope you guys have a great week. So first up on the list, you see in the first row, we got 3 new torque wrenches, one from Icon and 2 from Quinn. The Icon one is a 3/8 drive. It's good from 5 to 75 foot-pounds, and it looks like a pretty decent torque wrench. You got a quick sleeve here, or a quick adjustment sleeve here, and you do have a flex head for 15 degrees. I mean, overall, it looks clean. I like the knurled handle. That's not too bad. I like the adjustment sleeve. That makes for a much nicer torque wrench than the adjusting nut at the bottom of the cheaper ones. As far as information on this one, you get 15 degrees of flex head, plus or minus 4% on the clockwise and plus or minus 6% on the counterclockwise. So, I mean, it's okay. It's nothing like extremely precise or anything like that. It does have a 90-tooth design, so that's pretty nice. Says it's a heavy-duty, low-profile teardrop head, and it's chrome-plated, obviously. It looks, at least in the images, it looks like a very clean torque wrench. The chrome job looks very nice, and we're looking at a price of $140 here. A little high for a 3/8 drive, but it is a flex head here and a 90-tooth, and it's Icon, so it's, Harbor Freight's most expensive stuff. So not priced horrible, but not, a fantastic price or anything like that. Quinn ones are definitely a little bit more price friendly. You got 90 for the 1/2-inch drive and 80 for the 3/8 drive. Now, I'm not sure. I've looked at this. I've tried to figure it out. It doesn't say whether or not this is a quick adjust sleeve or if this is one where you actually have to rotate here. I don't think it would be one that you would turn. It does look like it would just simply pull down. Big difference here between this and the Icon, the handle here being plastic instead of metal. This is a non-flex head. It does have a quick release button, and I believe this is a 72 tooth and not a 90 tooth. This one, the 1/2-inch drive, does have a range of 50 foot-pounds to 250 foot-pounds and a 24-inch handle for additional torque, and plus or minus 4% clockwise. It does not state anything as far as counterclockwise. Keep in mind, not all torque wrenches work in both directions. So this one doesn't seem to work in the counterclockwise direction. And then the 3/8 drive ranges from 20 foot-pounds to 100 foot-pounds, and once again is the plus or minus 4% clockwise only, and is once again the 72-tooth mechanism, and this one is 16.5 inches long. So not too bad there. We have an electronics repair kit. It's an 87-piece set for $50. I mean, I'm not one that usually buys little things like this, but to me, $50 seems a little steep. I feel like, if anything, that would probably be the price of a more name brand electronics kit. This is literally a precision screwdriver set with a few different types of tweezers, suction cups. I'm guessing this is for replacing screens. Same with these. You got a static band here, grounding band. So I mean, it's a nice little kit, but $50 is a little steep if you ask me. Soft plastic pry tools, high strength suction cup for lifting screens, 64 specialty bits, magnetized bit holder, static discharge strap, and then the roll that it comes in. So I mean, it seems like a pretty complete kit as far as an electronics repair kit. I'm not 100% up to date on electronic repair kits, but it seems like a decent selection of tools here for that. But $50 once again is a little bit steep. Here's a 3-inch cradle style angle drill press vise from Doyle for $65. I mean, I'm not one that follows a whole bunch on vices and drill press vices, but I mean, I do like the design here, and it seems to be quite a bit higher quality than a lot of their other, bench vices and drill press vices. I like the adjustability of it. It does have a locking pin there. Looks like it's got some aluminum plates here. And then as far as the information goes, it does adjust by 1 degree increments for extremely precise work. 90-degree vertical indexing with 1-degree increments, like I stated. 3-inch max jaw opening, heavy-duty cast iron construction, 2,000-pound clamping force. Okay, so it's 3-inch hardened steel jaws that are not aluminum. And that one is running $65. I feel like that's a fairly decent price on that. Here's a heavy-duty mobile miter saw stand. They do have a cheaper one, but this is definitely a more heavy-duty one, and it is portable by wheels instead of having to carry it. So that is kind of nice. I mean, it looks like it's got a pretty heavy-duty construction as far as the legs and the main center section here. And then once you get out to the extending arms, you just have the same adjustability that you do on the cheaper ones. Nothing fancy about that or anything. Looks like it's got some decent, rollers on it. It's hopefully a little bit tighter tolerances than their cheaper one. There it is, folded up. Kind of stands up like a dolly, folded around with the saw on it. I kind of wish these legs would have straps or something to hold them up, or they would design them to where those legs could, sit more parallel with the top and not be hanging down like that. But here are their other ones, their cheaper one, 350-pound one from Warrior for $75, Chicago Electric for $125, the Hercules for $150. Here they have a Quinn 3H drive SAE and metric master impact socket set. It's a 48-piece set for $100. Truthfully, I think this is a fairly decent deal. You get 3 different extensions, your 4 different adapters and reducers. You have a universal joint here, and then you have a selection of both shallow and deep well sockets. Shallow SAE ranges from 5/16 to 3/4, so decent for 3/8 drive. And then 8mm to 19mm, and it does not skip a size. So that is nice. Obviously, the metrics selection is a little bit larger than the SAE selection, and they are chromoly. So that is I think that's a nice little set. I mean, it's priced reasonably, around a lot of the other ones in this size, but I do like the selection of both metric and SAE, and that it is chromoly. Dual sized markings, so it is laser etched and stamped with a black phosphate finish. Then here we have the Icon multi-spline screw extractor set for $50. That's pushing it. I mean, I guess it's not horrible. There are many other sets similar to this for around the same price or a little bit cheaper. It does carry a lifetime warranty, so that is good. High visibility etched markings, and these are all SAE. Here we have a large valve spring compressor for $50. I bought one of this similar design. You definitely have to make sure that you get your adjustments set right in order to actually get leverage with one of this style. Sometimes they can be very hard. I do like how you have the dual sizes here, so you can swap them out if you have larger or smaller valve springs. And I do like that the bottom end is adjustable, so you can get the best leverage possible, because I think the one that I had didn't have an adjustable base. This part goes on the bottom of the valve, and this part goes over the valve spring. And basically, if this is not adjustable, you have a really hard time trying to get the proper leverage with just adjusting the height of the top portion. So I do like that it is adjustable on both sides, and that you have 2 different sizes for different valve springs. Here they have a 1/2-inch super compact air impact from Earthquake, $150. Delivers 1,000 foot-pounds of breakaway torque, 20% more compact than the standard design. Doesn't look too bad. I mean, it looks like a nice little compact impact, and definitely seems to state that it has plenty of power. So $100 right now for these. I'm not sure if this is going on right now for Cyber Monday or not, but I'm sure it is. But this one is a little bit pricier. Here's a different one. This is a Icon large storage solid foot set. It's a 4-pack, so this basically is going to remove your casters from your toolbox and place solid feet on them. I don't know how I feel about that. Even if I knew I wasn't going to move my toolbox, I haven't moved my toolbox since I moved into this house years ago, I still would not take the wheels off of it. Now, other people might feel differently about it, but if there comes a time that I do need to move this toolbox where I move, I would hate to have solid feet on it. I am perfectly okay with trusting my locking casters. This thing's not going anywhere. So I mean, I guess it is only $35, but I don't know who's swapping out to solid feet. If you guys have a good reason why you guys would swap out to solid feet instead of having casters, please let me know. I'm not sure if this is something that like they had requested multiple times by customers or what. Just something different. I was not expecting this. It's not something you see very often, that's for sure. Customizable height from 6 inches to 8.25 inches, so they are adjustable. That's kind of cool to keep it level. But other than that, I don't think I would ever put solid feet on my toolbox. Here's the folding side tray. Nothing new. I think they just added maybe some colors. You can have it for all the other toolboxes. I don't think they had all of the colors before. I don't know, because this is definitely not a new item. Maybe just a new addition of colors. I'm not exactly sure. Here's a 600-pound capacity folding sawhorse for $25. That doesn't seem like too bad of a deal. More sandpaper. They're always releasing more. Like, how much different sandpaper can you possibly have? Here's a Doyle 6-inch hitch vise for $130. Now, I wasn't a big fan of Harbor Freight vices back in the day. Now, they've obviously in the last couple years they've released a lot of new ones, but ever since then I haven't needed one, so I haven't really been looking at them. But I know back in the day they had horrible reviews. Like, I don't think anybody had anything real good to say about them, but they've released quite a bit of new ones in the last couple years. And this one's kind of cool. It does have a slotted bolt hold downs here on both sides, so you can still bolt it to a bench and still, have fairly quick removal and installation if you just build it into your workbench. And then you can also take it on the go with this hitch adapter here. So that is kind of a cool feature here. You can see it bolted to a workbench and then connected into a hitch. So kind of a cool feature there. But then again, I would definitely want to check out the quality and see how that is on these. And it's got 6-inch wide jaws, 5-inch throat depth, 1/2-inch to 3.5-inch pipe jaw capacity, 7,700 pounds of clamping force, fits all standard 2-inch hitches. So I mean, it's got plenty of clamping force as long as it can actually hold that clamping force repeatedly. I'm not sure, but for $130, it is another addition to their lineup. Quinn 100-tooth SAE ratchet and combination wrench set, 13-piece set for $100. So this one goes from 1/4 inch to 1 inch. There you can see it on the rail. Here you can see somebody working on an old small block Chevy. 3.6 degree arc swing with the 100 tooth, and it is a 12-point design. Here's a smaller version of what we were looking at earlier. We were looking at the 25-piece set. This is the 15-piece set. So a little bit smaller here, and this one is going to run $30 instead of the $50 that you were looking at for the other set. 1,200-pound capacity steel utility cart with removable sides, $160. These things can actually be really handy. For $160, it's questionable. I mean, if you can get plenty of use out of it, I'm sure it's great. But a Zurich code reader for $60, there's plenty of those out there. I'm not sure you necessarily have to go that route. Alternator and battery checker for $4. It doesn't get much cheaper than that. You get a good old LED readout of whether it's good or bad, and then your battery check, you get bad, low, or good. Here's another one, but this is a system load tester for $35. Hercules 4 amp hour compact battery, normally $65. That's a hard no. $40. That's still pushing it. And then a Warrior cordless. I think this is where we left off last time, because I'm not gonna buy anything Warrior. That's about as cheap as it literally gets, and now they've started releasing cordless ones. I think I'd just step it up just a little bit. They got a decent amount of new items at Harbor Freight, so not too bad. Not a whole lot of fantastic deals, but they do have some new items, and usually after about a month or so, we see a lot of the prices kind of settle in and drop a little bit on each item, if they're not selling. We see that pretty often. So keep your eyes out, and I hope you guys had a great weekend. If you guys have any questions on any of these, please feel free to drop a comment down below, or your guys' thoughts on any of these that I had questions about. Maybe you had a reason to use those solid feet on your toolbox. Please leave your reason down below, anything like that. And if you guys have any video suggestions that you would like to see, please feel free to comment. Other than that, if you guys enjoyed this video, please make sure to hit that thumbs up And as always, if you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. See you guys next time.